Hey guys, it's Friday and you're watching The Real Evolution. This week we are talking about skin issues, from acne to skin discoloration and body hair, cysts and skin tags and stretch marks, you know, all that fun stuff. I really wanted to talk about acne, specifically adult onset acne, because I am experiencing it. Like the other girls on the channel, growing up I mostly had clear skin, except for the occasional pimple or two, generally around my period, so hormonal type thing. So I'm not used to it. This is very new to me, and unlike the other girls on the channel who have been able to get past it and not really care about it anymore, it still bothers me, which is kind of why I need your help this week. Any tips, pieces or things that you have done to get past letting it bother you. Not so much trying to get rid of it, because I've done and tried a bunch of things. Not everything. I do have limits. I mean, I don't want to take any type of medication, oral medication. I have tried lots of topical things to get rid of it, and nothing has really helped thus far. So I'm trying to just live with it, and I just need some motivation, some reassurance that it's okay. I mean, I know it is not the end of the world, and I also don't have the worst possible acne that one could have. Keep trying to remind myself that it's okay, as well as feeling bad about it, that it's okay to feel bad about it. We're raised to always think that we need to fix ourselves, that as we are is not good enough, you know? So it's to be expected that it bothers me. I know it bothers lots of other people too. Something I keep trying to reiterate to myself is that right now is the youngest we'll ever be. You know, as we age, our skin gets drier and we are slowly decaying. A little morbid, I don't know. My point is that I already know that when I look back, I'm like, oh, why was I so worried all the time about whatever the issue was? And I keep trying to remind myself that I'm probably going to be the same about this moment, and so I shouldn't really let it bother me that much. I think one of the things that bothers me the most about it is that as you guys know already, I love makeup. And up until this point, I've always used makeup as an expression to match, like to let my outsides match my insides, or how I'm feeling, you know, to portray what I'm into. I don't know. I just like playing with makeup, right? And now I find myself using makeup to cover up the things that I don't like, and I don't like that. I'm buying into the use this to cover your dark circles, use this to cover your pores, use this to cover your pimples, use this to color all of your redness, whatever it is. Basically, cover your effing self because you're disgusting and hideous and blah, blah, blah. I don't like that. So I'm kind of a little bit bitter about it, you know? And I want to get back to just playing around. Instead of constantly worrying about what I consider my flaws, pay more attention to and highlight the areas that I do like, you know? Other skin issues that I have or have experienced. I grew up, or I developed rather quickly, so I was about 10, I think around 10, when I started growing, and so I have stretch marks from then, from my growth spurt. They're pretty faded now, so it's not really something that I'm too concerned about, or I don't really focus on it too much. I have had a skin tag before. I had a small one in between my, like in the crease of my thigh and my outer labia, and at first I didn't know what it was, and I was just picking it, but couldn't pick it off, and consulted a friend, and she informed me that it was most likely a skin tag. And so then I tried cutting it off, which I don't recommend. Cutting off skin tags, it's part of your body. It hurts a lot, and you can bleed a lot depending on how big it is. Luckily, mine was pretty small. I was not successful at cutting it off because it was so fucking painful. I did go to the doctor and have it removed. I question the motives behind needing to have it removed. The feeling like that I have this growth on me that is not normal, and that I need to have it removed in order to feel normal or acceptable again. Don't like that. I don't know, that was 10 years ago. So I don't know if I would have a skin tag removed again. I haven't had one since, so I'm not 100% sure. I know people who have lots of skin tags. One of my friend's mothers has skin tags all over her, and she doesn't get them removed anymore because they just grow back. So she's just gotten used to them. So I suppose that once we live with something for long enough, it just becomes part of us, and we don't care as much. Thinking back about my acne, and that maybe in 5 years I'll be good and fine with it, even though it's gonna be 2 years at the end of this year that I've been having acne. Another thing I have is some skin discoloration in between my thighs. It's a little bit darker than the rest of my skin. I mostly attribute that to walking. My thighs touch. When I was younger, it bothered me because I felt like, oh, other girls don't have this, and this is just another thing that makes me not acceptable. I don't really think too much about it. I mean, sometimes I'll notice it and be like, ugh, I don't like this. What can I do about this? But some things just are, and it's fine. Like Jen, I remove my upper lip hair, my mustache. I use a depilatory cream. When I first started doing it, I was so embarrassed. Wouldn't tell anybody. Now I'll walk around with it on my lip. I think it's important that people know the things that women do to themselves so that they could feel attractive and socially acceptable. Not even just acceptable, but socially wanted. Mainly men. I think that men need to know what women do to themselves to feel good, or to make ourselves look like how we think we're supposed to look. And let's quickly talk about pubic hair before my light is gone. Growing up, somewhere along the lines in high school, probably 14 or 15 years old, some douchebag boys would inform us girls that pubic hair on us is repulsive, not attractive, disgusting. So we would remove it. I think it's unfortunate that we think that we need to do that to be sexually attractive. You know, look back on some of the porn in the 70s. They were full bush. And it looked good. I mean, regardless of what my opinion is on it, I don't like that we walk around saying, like, here's the checklist of how you need to look. You need to do as many of these as possible to look as wonderful as possible. I don't like that. And I guess I'm kind of sore about the pubic hair thing because I would shave it all of the time because I thought that that's what guys wanted. I didn't even question what I wanted. Ugh. That's it for me this week. Share any skin things that you have that bother you, or that have bothered you in the past that you've been able to get over. Embrace. I think the moral of the story and my point is that we need to embrace our bodies, and we need to teach that to our youth as well, about embracing our bodies and that our bodies change. It's so important. We need to see more naked people in a non-sexual context to know that it's okay and that our bodies aren't gross. Yeah. That's it from me. I will see you guys next Tuesday.